Hello guys. Have you felt that you're really good at speaking to your friends but in front of camera sometimes you cannot speak properly? You enjoy movies or you have the ability to understand what is a good movie and what is not. You can articulate that why it's a good movie and the other one is not a good movie. But when it comes to your own life and you want to say your story, you feel there are certain aspects of it is missing, then I will give you 5 very easy to learn steps that will improve your storytelling drastically in the next 5 minutes. My name is Bonnie Thomas and I learned this from a YouTube video, which the link I will put in the description. The first, this happened in a remote village of Kerala. It was after a heavy rain, and this is a remote village where there's very little street lights. I was walking through this road where the only thing I could see was a very dim street light on the other side of the road, which is quite far away. Behind me was all complete darkness. Suddenly, there is a dog that jumped in front of me, and I was startled because this dog, which is black in color, almost confuses me that if it's a dog or a bear, because with a complete black dog and it had a white dot on this center part of its. I look behind me thinking if I should run backwards, and the only thing in the back I could see was darkness. So I decided I'm not going to go that way, but I'm going to go to the other side. There's this very tense moment where me and the dog is facing each other, eye to eye. We're looking straight in the eye of each other. And in that moment, I remember something my teacher said before. When you are in a difficult situation in life, just think of dancing. You will not believe what I did next. I literally started dancing in the road. And just a moment back, this dog that looked like a bear was ready to eat me. In the next instant, wagging its tail as if we were close friends. Guys, why did I tell you this is because I want to talk to you today about 5 tips on how to improve your storytelling skills. We have heard that storytelling is one of the very important skills, and Guru Pashupati has said that good communication skills is a master of all skills. Vak Siddhi, one Siddhi that all of us should have. The first thing that you have to understand about storytelling is that it's a dance between, number 1 is context, conflict and solution. If you take the story that I said earlier, you will see that first I said about the context. Okay? Actually, if you understand this one step itself, your storytelling will improve drastically. All you have to do is understand the dance between these 3 things: context, conflict and solution. A context is where the story is happening, what is the environment. Then you introduce a conflict, an open loop in your brain. That is what creates the tension in the story. It's up to you how you go and how long you wanna keep this open, and then you introduce a solution or how this open loop is closed. This dance, you can continue this dance as long as you want. The first one is the most important. If you understand this, your storytelling will go to another level. The second tip is you should have direction. Direction is before you start telling your story, you know where your story wants to go. Or in other words, what change that you want to create in the listener. That is the direction. In our tribe called Magnetic Creators Tribe, our mentor Pratmesh has said this multiple times, where there is a meditation that we do before we create something. We going to imagine the person who we are talking to, then we would imagine the change that the person has at the end of our video, and then That's how we start the video, right? So this is almost exactly the same thing. What change does we want to create in the person that we are is listening? So if you remember my story earlier, I said about dancing. So maybe I want the listener to do a 15-second dance. Okay. So it's important that you always give some action to take after your speech, after your story. It can be something to write, something, any action. It is a must when you have a message. It's a must to have an action. A good story at the end inspires people to take action. Now, the third thing is called the tempo, but it's actually music itself. There are certain people when this, it's almost like a rap. Actually, rap is basically speaking with music. So interesting personalities when they speak, they have a tempo. So how can we introduce this to our speech? The way to go about it, let's say you have a script that you're going to use for your speech, and if you will write it down on a paper, and if you see all of the sentences have same number of words in it, then most probably when you speak it out, it is going to sound monotonous. Let's take a interesting rap song and you take the lyrics of it. You will see that there is certain rhythm to it. There are changes in the number of words in sentences. You would notice this, then you can introduce a certain rhythm into the speech that you are speaking, which becomes interesting for the ears, for the listener. So that is rhythm. Okay, the fourth one is the ability to be relatable. It's the quality that makes them feel like you're in a room with that person. That is the quality. So in order for you to feel that you are in that person, you must know who you are talking to. A lot of people make this mistake where they are trying to talk to a lot of different people instead of talking to just one person. The same way how we do in Magnetic Creators Club, the way we do our meditations, where we would imagine who you are talking to, what are the problems that person is going through, then you can actually talk to that person. So instead of talking to a lot of people in a video, make sure you're talking to just one person. If it's needed, you can actually put a photo of that person in front of your camera so that you can imagine that you are talking to that person. So this is relatable. And the tip number 5 is kind of similar to what I talked earlier, which is direction, but here we are going to give them a call to action. If you do not add a call to action at the end, like I said before, a good story should inspire the person to take a positive action at the end. That's why stories are very powerful tools. There are stories that can even change the course of history. That's how much power a story has. And there are a lot of stories we can think of that has this quality. But they need to take a positive action at the end. So if you incorporate these 5 tips that I said, you will improve your storytelling drastically. I hope this helps and I want to hear from you guys. I want you to use all of these 5 tips and create a few sentences of any stories that you like. I'm sure if you understand, this is going to be very easy. Make your own story using all these 5 components and put it at the comment section. I would love to read them and I will hear from you if you have any comments. And thank you for watching. Someone wants to talk to mommy. Hello, mommy. Good morning, mommy. How are you? Have a good day. Have it go. Have it. Have a good day, mommy.